What's good, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect now. We good.
We good?
We good. We perfect.
Hold on, let me turn these headphones off.
Uh,
You got me?
yeah.
Yeah. So I had to sub in for my man RJ. He got a house full, so you know how
Gotcha.
it is
Gotcha.
Wednesday. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? But yeah, man. I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to jump in. Yeah. So how's
That's
it
the best.
going for you?
Man, it's going, man. Just not ready to get back to work tomorrow. Today went by too doggone fast.
Oh, you getting back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you had that 3 day weekend, huh?
Yeah, it didn't feel like it. It felt like a one day weekend, but you know what I'm saying? I guess I should be happy I was able to just, get an extra day off.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got, hustling for jobs, we just
yeah.
happy we got them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. You been watching them playoffs or what? You a basketball fan?
Nah, I ain't really on the sports thing, man.
Oh, for
Believe it or
real?
not, I don't be doing the sports. I
Yeah.
tell everybody last time I watched the game was when Robin was playing with the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's the last time I paid attention to a game. I've been in the room with people watching sports, but I ain't big on sports like that.
Yeah. I hear you. But yeah, man, we got a few people in here. I just wanna we know you dogs to the problem, you know what I'm saying? You from H-Town, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I just want to just start off from the beginning, like how you got in the music, you know what I'm saying, industry.
It's always been something I wanted to do since a child. Like just being introduced to rap at an early age, whether it was D Nice or Snoop, Dre, just Cube, NWA. Like as a kid, like my mom let me listen to rap. People I was around, when mom at work all the time, and she got
Mm,
you at, what I'm saying, the play cousin house. You know what I'm saying? That's all they listened to was rap, so I was around it. So it was just something I always wanted to do. And like as a kid, I always just like anytime the song came on the radio, I would memorize it and I would always be rapping them. So just going through school, man, like probably middle school, like I said, it's the first time I can remember just writing down, trying to write rhymes, even though it didn't make sense or it wasn't enough words in the bar. It'd be like four words, but it was like I was just trying to, get the hang of it. But after I graduated, maybe a few years after I graduated, it was the first time I actually got like in the studio and was kind of like figuring everything out. You know what
mm.
I'm saying? So I say like mid 2000s is when I actually started to try to take it serious.
Yeah, so I mean, did you start off, you know what I'm saying, recording Hot Fire, or was it, a growing
Hell nah,
process?
man. It's hell. It's hard for me to listen to like my older stuff. So like the first time I actually recorded something was in high school. I remember having like the little old school computer mics, and I had like this software that would play like they would record the audio, of course, and I just play like I had virtual DJ or some shit like the PC DJ or something, and I would
Yeah.
just play the instrumentals. I would always download instrumentals and be trying to like rap over them. But even when I first got in the studio, I didn't have a deliverance, so like I didn't know myself as far as how to. Like I said, my deliverance, I didn't have a deliverance early on. So even when I tried to get in the studio and engineer will be like, hey man, you need a deliverance, you need to work on it. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell you talking about. I just know these niggas rap over here and I'm trying to do what they do. But
Yeah.
I can say maybe around 2010 is when I started getting more comfortable with it. So it took
Mm,
me a couple of years of me finally getting enough. I think when people gave me like criticism, they didn't know me when it was like, man, nigga, you trash, you this, you that. That's what kind of pushed me harder to say I'm not. But that made me go harder to say, okay, you giving me a reason to go harder. So I can say
yeah.
around 2009, 2010 is probably when I started getting better at it. And
Yeah.
like around 2012, I actually kind of like quit. Like I was kind of just fed up with music. And also kind of
Mm,
I was looking at how much money I was putting into it. And
yeah.
like at that time I had just got married. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather all the money I'm putting into this, I'd rather, put it into, what I'm saying, making sure me and the missus got somewhere to stay, making sure we good, starting a family. And like
Yeah.
as time went by, I never quit writing. So like I would always write, but I didn't want to record. I didn't want to do the rapping shit. And my wife just all the time, she'd be like, man, you need to get back to it. And then some people that knew I rap, that heard my older material, they was like, man, you need to get back on it. And one day I was just fed up at work and I was like, man, I'm about to get back to it. And even when I came back, of course, as every year, we all know that music changed. So from the
Yeah.
last time that I actually rapped to the time that I started back doing it, shit was just changing. It just shifted. So it's like I'm trying to find my way back into it and kind of getting familiar with everything, how stuff was going. So I can say even when I came back, it was like 2015, 2016. I can say I finally started getting comfortable maybe 2 years ago. So it
So
took me
yeah.
like at least 2 years to kind of get back comfortable with rapping. So like now, if somebody send me a beat, I'm good. My deliverance is on point and everything. But when I first came back, nah, I can't even listen to that shit.
Yeah.
I
But
can't.
I see people saying like don't ever delete it though. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah,
can always repurpose those old songs, like even if it's just a chorus or you know what I'm saying, fix the lyrics or something like
yeah,
that. You can repurpose it.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah. So how many projects you dropped so far? I know you just dropped the single "Showin My." We're gonna get into that in a second. You
But
know.
total, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 projects total. 7 or 8 projects total since I started
And
like taking it serious.
and that's all albums, or you got singles and albums,
Mixtapes.
or
So like I've
mainly
always did
mixtapes.
mixtapes. So like I did right when I quit, like the album because I was working on the album when I quit back in 2012. So I ended up putting
Mm,
that on the internet. So that was like my first album, like all original material. And then I
mm,
came back and did mixtapes. Like I love rapping off other people's beats, even though I should focus more on original material. I just love how to like flip people concepts or be like, man, if I was on that song, this is what I would do. So like I kind
mm,
of focused on the mixtapes. So when I got back into music, I dropped 1, 2, 3 mixtapes, and then I know I dropped 2 mixtapes. Then I dropped the EP and backdoor with another mixtape. So like
mm.
right now, I'm not really trying to focus on the mixtape thing. It's like I'm trying to get back, focus on the original music, showing people what I can do, and I just have a habit of rapping on other people's beats if I
Yeah,
really vibe with the beat. You know what I'm saying? But I try to get out of it.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, to be honest, I mean, early 2000s, that was a thing, man. That was like a golden era of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not jump on somebody else's beat? And guess what? We missing that right now. You don't hear nobody putting out mixtapes just like a jacket for beats type situation, man. I mean, I could go for some more of that, to be honest.
If you don't mind me asking, I'm just gonna ask you your graduation year. What year you came out of?
Oh, 03.
Oh, so we around the same. I'm '04. So
Okay.
around that time we had Flip always rapping on other people's beats, and I'm a huge Flip fan. So
Yeah.
like even with G Unit, I mean everybody tried to coin it that 50 was the first mixtape nigga. He might have took it to another level, but in
Yeah.
Houston we knew as the local. I mean SUC was always rapping on other people's beats. So we
Exactly.
come from that. We come from rapping on other people's beats, killing they shit. We come from
Yeah.
flipping old school songs, and even with Whoa was hot, but then we did man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel like Houston is known for that, but of course we kind of got away from that. And I think that was my thing. I feel like I was kind of still stuck in it because I came up on hearing boys rapping on other niggas' beats. Slim Thug,
Yeah.
Bounce House. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
different mixtapes hands putting out. Switch Eyes. That's what we came up on. So that's
Yeah.
all I kind of knew when I kind of started on. Plus, it was free beats. I didn't have to worry about paying a producer for a beat.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I mean, but I think there's a balance. You know what I'm saying? But don't get rid of that, man. We need that.
Yeah,
That's it's dry right now for that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But so keep that in your bag. But if you want to put out some original work, of course, we're gonna accept it.
yeah.
So go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say on the cool, what kind of made me really kind of shy away from it too, because back then it was easy to get instrumentals.
Mm-hmm.
Instrumentals was always over the net. But nowadays, a lot of rappers ain't really releasing the instrumentals. You always getting remakes. So it's producers remaking the beat. To me, that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of not the same unless they can get it dead on. But that kind
Mm-hmm.
of made me kind of shy away from it. Plus, a lot of these sites like YouTube is probably the biggest one that'll do it. They'll block your shit if they got the copyright. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I've done songs and I've uploaded them to whether it was to YouTube or SoundCloud or whatever. And this is before crowded streaming, so I don't want y'all
Yeah,
to
I
think I'm
got
leaving
you.
y'all out.
Now,
But
listen. Yeah.
it was like I would record them. Like biggest example right now, I did something to SoundCloud that was hella dope, and I did like a little quick video to it. And as soon as I put it out on YouTube, it was blocked.
Mm-hmm.
Slowed it down, it was blocked. I put it on different stuff, and Facebook was blocking it. So I'm like, I might as well try to focus on original music because a lot of these
Mm,
sites is blocking when people is rapping over other people's beats.
I feel you.
So
That I'm gonna give some free game right now. Maybe y'all already know, but if you looking for like melodies and melodies that worked before and you don't want to pay for it,
yeah,
there's a such thing as when people put out music and once 75 years pass, that music becomes public domain. So right
yeah,
now we're in the year 2020. If you go back 75 years, any melody or music or song or whatever that was made that year before, it's all free for you to use. So you can
okay,
go back and yeah, so you can go back and kind of get a feel of the 1930s and 20s, like just some of the melodies,
yeah.
speed them up, slow them down, but they free to use. So that's just a little game that people might not know, you know.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I want to say I seen something recently, but I didn't really dive into it when I was trying to
yeah,
get. I think Showin My copy. When I was getting a copyright knowledge shit taken care for that, and I think
yeah,
I seen something that said if you have a sample in the music that's from such and such. But like I said, I didn't dive into it. But now that I know, appreciate that.
yeah. So tell us about your new single, Showin My. You know what I'm saying? What inspired you to, write that and you know what I'm saying, and put it out there?
So what's weird is Showin My wasn't supposed to be my first single. Uh,
Mm,
it's weird how all of this happened, and everything was kind of due to coronavirus. So like I had kind of started recording for my next project. I think early January. It was either
mm,
like late December or early January around that time. And I had recorded a song that I really, liked back in August. And I was like, I think I'm gonna push this as my first single. Some things happened, so I had to redo the track. I had to remove a verse, add a new verse to it. And I was like, I think I'm gonna still kind of push this as my first single. Coronavirus
mm,
came, and I was doing everything inside of an actual studio, and I was stuck in the house. So I'm like, okay, I'm
mm,
not going back to the studio. And like just coronavirus, this whole COVID shit kind of like messed in my head. Like I went into like this state of depression for a while. I
mm,
really wasn't trying to do nothing. Then like I would kind of feel a beat that I would hear, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna record something to this real quick. So at different times I would record certain stuff, but then at night, just different days, I had a lot of bad days, so I didn't even
mm,
really want to focus on music at that point. Months that went by, and I ended up reaching out. Once I kind of got back in like a good space, I ended up reaching out to my cousin who was Shike, who ended up doing my last EP. He did all the beats for that. And I
mm.
was like, yo, I need to check out some beats. So he sent me the link to where his beats was. And I heard that one, and I'm like, no, take that back. I'm lying. Take that back. Showin My was recorded right before coronavirus. I still
Okay.
wasn't planning to release it as a single. But I
Mm,
was like, I listened to that one and another one. I'm like, okay, I need something more. The original song I wanted had more like of a grown folks feel to it. So where like if you go like
mm.
to old, I won't say old school, so about like just grown folks club. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a lot of rap shit. It's the
Yeah.
rap beat, but it's more so just laid back. You know what I'm saying for an older audience. And I'm like, if I want to put out something, I need something that the younger audience is gonna fuck with as well as the older audience.
Yeah.
So I ended up just listening to my songs over the months, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna roll with Showin My, and it was another single. And I just felt like Showin My will be more good to go with, as a first single. And I was thinking about some other. I ended up getting more beats from Shake, and I got like another single that I was thinking about that I'm planning to push next. But I don't know, it was just me just figuring out what move to make next. You know what I'm saying? That the people actually roll with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Mm,
hoping this is the right choice. I just hate a lot of, with everything going on, a lot of spots being closed and the crowds, is crowd control to where it's like you can only have a certain amount of people in the building. That's
mm.
kind of just messing with me right now because I'm like, I would love to start performing the song, but with everything going on, it's kind of hard to just maneuver around and try to stay safe and shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think everything opening up right now. I'm starting to see people have live events and stuff like that. Just wear your
Yeah.
mask. But I just
Yeah.
want you to know, Showing My go hard, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Appreciate it.
got it on
Appreciate
my
it.
playlist. I put it on the admin playlist on Crowded. I encourage
Appreciate
other
it.
people to add it to their playlist, you know what I'm saying, on Crowded and every other platform. It's everywhere, right? Spotify
Yes,
and
sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's distributed everywhere, whether you use Crowded or Spotify or whatever. Just listen to it, jam. I like the fact that you put the dirty version and the clean version. You know what I'm saying? That's a
Yeah.
level of professionalism that I rarely see. So I appreciate that, man.
Appreciate you. And the
And
clean version is only on crowded streaming.
oh man, so
So
that's
like I already shot
exclusive.
that to a couple of
Yeah,
people. I'm like, hey, because like I got people that I know they don't listen to explicit music. So I
yeah,
shot it to a couple of people. Was like, hey, here's a clean version. Check it out. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So yeah, the only place it is on crowded streaming for the
Man,
clean
we
version.
appreciate that. So it's exclusive then,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but
Yes,
yeah, it
sir.
definitely got that Houston feel, and you know what I'm saying. It definitely got that Houston feel. I love the chorus and I love the lyrics. You know what I'm saying.
Appreciate it.
4500 just put another mixtape up on Crowded, and he got your song "F the World." I wanted to
Okay, I gotta
ask
go
you
check
about
it
that
out.
song. You know what I'm saying? Where did that come from?
So that was a night of depression.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I was just like my kids. I remember that night, like my kids was running around. I think it was like a Sunday, maybe. Uh, I was just in the living room. I was just zoned out. I think I was dealing with stuff at work and just like
Mhm.
other BS that I was just peeping, man. And like a lot of my music that I write is just for me, just peeping shit or just me venting. And
Mhm.
I think I was listening to some Ride Wave instrumentals, and I came across that beat, and I'm like, I like that beat. And the very first line, the very first couple of bars, as a matter of fact, started rolling in my head. And I left my family in the living room. I went into the bedroom and I just got to typing like nonstop. Like I wrote that shit straight through, just sitting there. And I was like, okay, I think I ended up recording it that same night or the night after. But it was
Mhm.
just me, speaking from a place of frustration and just feeling like, just for a lot of people right now, not necessarily the world, but I mean, the beat, the title was already there. And I think what
Mhm.
I was dealing with fitted perfectly, and I just had to vent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
I
wish I
feel.
owned the beat, but
Nah, I mean it go hard. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everything you do go hard. You just what you give is instead of giving a normal 16, we
yeah,
get like a 48 from you. You know what I'm saying? Because you
yeah,
triple up.
yeah.
On the punchlines, and we get by three or four. Like, man, what I missed? Yeah, so I
Appreciate
definitely
it.
like your delivery. You know what I'm saying? You
Appreciate it.
definitely go hard. So,
And I'm glad you catch a lot of shit because I be sitting there like, man, I don't think niggas gonna catch this, man.
nah, we
But I'm
catch it.
glad you be catching it.
Yeah, you say you got a project coming up and Showin My is a single.
Yeah,
When you plan on, like, I don't want you to give away your secrets, but when you plan on kind of a quarter when to drop that, or you
I'm
halfway
gonna
done
be.
with it, or
I'm gonna be honest with you. I gotta get my pockets right. You know what I'm saying?
I
Once I get
feel
the
you.
pockets right and I get everything taken care of as far as paperwork and getting the mix and mastering, like I'm probably 8 songs in. I want to at least get like I got an intro ready now. I just want the
Hmm.
perfect beat. Like I want some like cinematic, like Meek Mill. I don't
Hmm.
want to follow what Meek did on Dreams and Nightmares,
Yeah.
but the way that I wrote the intro, it has to have a perfect beat. So I'm just waiting till I get my
Hmm.
money up so I can reach out, and get the right beat, get the exclusive rights, and just get everything right. So I really want to focus on showing my for now. I still need to shoot a
Hmm.
video for it. I don't know when. I keep
Hmm.
telling myself I need to find a location. That's the only thing messing with me right now. But I at
Hmm.
least want to shoot the video for showing my kind of push that for a while, and then I can kind of see where I can go with the project. But I want this project, the mix and the mastering to be perfect, sounding right because this is gonna be different. I've told several people like this project is gonna be better than my last shit, and I always try to do better and better. To where like
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to my old music because I can hear the growth in my music and shit. So like
Yeah.
I got some fire on this one. I just got to get it mixed and mastered and get it right. But I want to do this project correctly and take my time and promote shit the way I need to promote it. So
Hmm.
I don't want to say the beginning of the year, maybe hopefully beginning of the next year. I got to see how
Hmm.
this whole COVID shit play out. I got to see how things play out with work. I'm trying to get some things lined up with that, and I just got to get my life together before I get the project together. If that makes
I
sense.
feel you. I mean, you already did the work. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah,
about 8 songs. You ready to go.
yeah,
But I mean, everything gonna happen in due time. It
yeah,
happened when it's
yeah.
supposed to happen. But we gonna continue to, what I'm saying, push on my, and
I
the
appreciate it.
numbers going up. The numbers going up on Crowded. I'm sure the numbers going up on the other platforms. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, so I mean, it's a throw song. You got skills, man. Just keep pushing,
Appreciate it.
and don't
Appreciate
leave
it.
us again. You know, don't leave us
Uh,
again. Stay
uh,
in the game, man.
Look, I told myself the only way I get back into music because when I quit, it was dealing with depending on other people, and
Hmm.
I was like, I'm tired of depending on other people. I was like, I will always do it myself if I get back. So I ended up investing in equipment. When I got back into it, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just spend money and
Hmm.
see what happens from there. So anything I try to do now, my videos, I try to do my own videos,
Hmm.
record myself. I'm only using the studio, like I said, because I want my next project was supposed to be an EP, but it sounded like it's gonna be an album because I have so many songs. I have more
Yeah.
songs than I think. So it's like I want everything to be perfect this go around. That's the only reason I'm using the studio. But anything you hear me rapping on other people's beats, or if I'm
Hmm.
featured on somebody else's song, I'm recording myself. So I ain't leaving as long as I got my equipment. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'll
feel
be
you.
I'll be
I
it.
think everybody need to strive for that, just to have a little something, a mic, a
Yeah.
laptop, you know what I'm saying? Just some, some soundproof area, just a little something. Even if you're gonna go and get it mastered later, just have something, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, at the crib where you can write and then just record it right then and there. You ain't gotta worry about it later.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah. But yeah, so do you have any favorite like producers, or you know what I'm saying? Like, people you like to work with, you got a team, or you just each
I'm
song
so
you just
I'm solo dolo. If I come across a beat, like my cousin, of course, is one of my favorite producers. That's why I stay rapping over his beats. And it ain't.
mm,
It's like I would love for him to get some exposure. So any way that I can get people that rock with my music to fuck with him, I'd appreciate it. But
mm-hmm,
as far as his beats, like it's something about I feel it's a good chemistry with my vocals on his beats. And I try not
mm,
to keep giving people music over his beats, but I can't help but it's like I don't know, my material is a lot better when it's over his production. I listen to other people's beats on like Beat Stars or whatever. I check people beats out. I'm more so over if I can afford it. And all honestly, if I can afford it, if I can get the exclusive price for a good price, and
yeah,
the beat is right, then I'm rocking with it. But if it's like I've come across dope production, it's just when I see them exclusive rights, we talking about 2,000, 3,000. I ain't
yeah,
got none of that, so I can't rock with it.
I feel you.
Producers I would love, like to rock with, of course, is like Dre. I would love to like
Mm-hmm,
get in the studio with Dre, and even if I don't get a beat, I would love for him to kind of direct me in a good space off of the
mm,
stories I've heard of how he get when you're in the studio with him. I don't know. With so many dope producers, Drummer Boy, I really fuck with to
mm.
this day. Drummer Boy still got dope production. I don't know. I think more so of a chemistry as well. If I just get in the booth with somebody with a good producer and the beats is right and we can vibe out, I think I'm willing to work with him and shit.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds good. I mean, you definitely have a unique style, so you know what I'm saying. You'll have to have a producer that understand who you are and how you
Yeah,
deliver. And
yeah,
Dre is one of those people that can adapt to you. Your
yeah,
cousin sound like how you rapping now. He can adapt to you. So
yeah,
they really gonna have to learn you before they even try to make a beat for you. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So now this next question is not really about like you, but about independent artists as a whole. Like, what
Mhm.
could independent artists use to make their path? I don't want to say easier, because easy is, is not worth the prize, not worth it at the end. But to make the playing field more fair, I say, what can
Yeah.
independent artists use? You think?
Game,
Game.
game. I think game from. I always feel like the OGs, and I know a lot of people kind of say that the OGs don't owe the new artists anything, but I feel that anything that they went through can be helpful for the next artist. So whether it was a good or bad, man, share all the bad that you done went through. That way I know not to go through it. Now I've seen different conversations where it's like, well, OGs will say, well, I went through it, so y'all need to go through it too. But I'm
Mm,
the type of person I think about my kids. I don't want my kids going through, the shit that I done went through. I might, I'm gonna tell them about it to prevent them from going through it. But I think of a lot of us know, like, there's a lot of things I feel like I knew, but I really didn't know, and I still don't know to this day. But I feel if that was taught, and I don't want to say that they're not giving it to people. I think it's more so who their eyes is on, they might share it. But I think if a
mm,
lot of us was kind of led in the right direction, especially in the city of Houston, I think we'll be a lot further off than where we are now.
Yeah, yeah. So we try to build around what independent artists need, and just from the look of it, I think independent artists, man, they need more support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the fans too. Us fans, we can't just always go to the mainstream and just support what's on the radio. We have to go searching. Dig through the
Yeah.
crates like people used to do back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah.
to the record stores and just look at the labels and look at the cassettes, look at the vinyls. You know what I'm saying? Read the back of it. Just start digging again instead of just. Whatever we see.
I think this subject is kind of touchy. Um, I only said it because I have so many thoughts on it. So I used to always feel that like DJs, the DJ game has changed to where back in the day, DJs would break an artist. You know what I'm saying? If they rock with it, they gonna break it. But now
Hmm.
it's more so DJs are trying to break the pockets. This is me. I know DJs would disagree with what I'm saying, but there is some DJs that's sincere about the craft and willing to help
Hmm.
out. DJ 4500, for
Yeah.
example. But there's DJs that's more so like, do you know who I done put on? Do you know what I done did? So I need you to
Yeah.
spend a couple $1,000 and let me hear your record, and then I'll play it if I fuck with it. But it's just I feel that it's everybody plays a part, whether it's radio. In all honesty, the only time I might listen to radio is when my kids in the car. A lot of the mainstream artists I'm familiar with some, but I don't really listen to a lot of mainstream. I honestly listen to a lot of old school shit or artists that I'm familiar with that I know, personally that might be releasing music. But
Hmm.
I'm more so I like to listen to a lot of my old school music. Um, but I know, and it takes me back to the recent interview Akon did, where he was saying the reason why T Pain ain't really get as big as he could because rap fans are finicky. Like we're not as loyal as the pop fans and country fans. So
Hmm.
I think that's another thing from personal experience or conversation I had with other underground artists. I'm like, it seems like people that know you personally might not support your music until you on radio. So it's getting like the
Hmm.
people that you know to say, hey, we're just as important as the people that you hear on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I support. I don't care if you underground, if you mainstream, if you dope, you dope. But everybody don't
Hmm.
think that way, and it's the same with the DJs. It's the same with the radio. So it'll take a collective of everybody getting on the same page as to how do we support each other or support the underground artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And shout out to 4500, man, because
Yeah.
I know most DJs, they like you said, they want to make a little cash just to listen to your song, but 45 Runs, he really put out good music. Him and Kingly C, man, the
Yeah. Shout out
official,
to Brick
saying
Layers.
bricklayers.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? They always support us and support other people. Shout out
Yeah.
to Media Grind City. The bricklayers have their show coming up tonight at 10:30 on the Media Grind City app. Just download the app, and they got the Discharge Show where they play the visuals. You know what I'm saying? For artists, they play the slow down visuals. So make sure y'all check that out. I'm sure he gonna put you once you shoot your video, he gonna put it on
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm
I
saying?
gotta shoot it to him. I gotta shoot it to him.
Yeah, man. So I want to see that video too, man, because the record sounds so Houston, man. I just want to see some, you know what I'm saying, some slabs. I just want to see some nice visuals in the
In
video,
all
man.
honesty, that ain't even the concept I'm gonna go with. Like,
Oh,
what's
you
crazy?
going?
What's crazy is I always want like I'm a fan of Luda, and
Uh
as I did that song, I heard Luda, and I'm not trying to. I wasn't forcing myself to sound like Luda, but I had fun with it the way it reminds me of when I listen to Luda. I say it like that, the old school. And
huh.
it's crazy. I shot 4500 the record. I was like, hey, just check this out. I haven't put the song out yet, but just check it out. And the first thing he said was like, dog, this remind me of listening to Luda. And
Hmm.
in my video, I want to have fun the way Luda had fun with Roll Light and what's the Throwing Bows joint? What's Southern Hospitality? Like I want to have
Yeah.
fun in it. So like in the second verse, where I have more fun in the second verse. The first verse to me is more so Houston, even though I kind of have my references in the second verse. But the second verse was showing the video. I just want to do some goofy shit.
Yeah.
In all honesty, so that's why I say you ain't gonna see no slams or nothing. But I do want to have like some acting where I'm doing like some goofy shit because I'm a goofy nigga. You know what I'm
I
saying?
can hear
So
that.
expect it. Expect
Yeah, I
that.
can hear that. You know what I'm saying? I can even see how you how you put some jokes out there on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
Vlad TV interviews and stuff like that. And
yeah,
also, I don't want to get too serious, but you shout out the, what I'm saying, the Breonna Taylor situation. You know,
yeah.
you I know we all feel it. We all, the same color. But
Yeah.
you gonna add some of that in your music, or you feel like it's a place for it, or
I got the perfect song for it. I just don't feel like people ready for
I hear
it.
you. I hear
Like man,
you.
that's one of the songs I said I want to release next. It's just I feel like I've released a song before after I can't remember who. Man, it's been so many people we done lost to this shit that I can't remember who the last person was. Not the last, the person that we lost at the time wrote a song. But I feel
Yeah.
like I got the perfect song right now. Just speaking from my place, from me being a parent. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
like the title of the song is dope. The hook is dope. Just I just don't feel everybody. I don't like to say everybody. I don't feel people ready for it, man. But it will be on the project. It's already recorded and everything. I wrote it. I think like a week after we lost George Floyd. It was around the time we lost him and the Breonna, like when everything was just steaming hot
Yeah.
on the news and in the media. And I wrote it just being a pissed off parent. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It just me being a pissed off black person. I wrote it from that place. So what I say in the song is what I say, no matter how people take it. And I'm not getting too reckless in it, but you can get my point from it. You know what I'm saying? So I do. I feel hip hop. When you ask if it's a time and place for it, I feel hip hop is a time and place.
Yeah, I was
We
just
have a
gonna
lot of
ask
people.
that.
You know what I'm saying? We have a voice. You know what I'm saying? No matter who's listening, somebody's listening. So this is
Mm-hmm.
the perfect time. And you ain't got to do a whole song on it. Just speak from how you feel about it. You ain't got to force yourself to make people like it, but speak from your place on where your mind is at. You know what I'm saying at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that it's been going on so long. It is going to continue to go on to where the music is going to be timeless. Listen, like we still playing "Fuck the Police" by N.W.A. from how long ago? So
Yep.
the music is still gonna relate. Listen to Tupac Changes. It still relate. So it's real shit and shit we going through and that we gonna probably still go through for a good while. So I feel that this is the perfect time for a lot of artists to speak out. We even got a song from Lil Baby. Who would have thought we would have heard Lil Baby rapping about this shit?
I know.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's this is the perfect platform.
Yeah. So.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. So I mean, that's about it. I don't want to keep you, what I'm saying, away from your craft, away from your kids and your
Yeah.
family. I know how that is. Anybody
They
you
knocked
want
out.
to? What'd you say?
I said they knocked out. Hold on. The
Oh,
wife
okay.
and everybody see, but now that's cool.
I feel you.
What was you about to ask?
But yeah, I see you. You interviewed a few people. Is that something you gonna keep going or?
Some people told me to get back on it. I don't. I don't want to say I don't want to do it. It's not
I
in my
enjoyed
interest
it.
to come on. I loved it. Like I was on a radio show first, and then I ended up wanting to switch the platform because, and this is no knock to anybody doing internet radio. I kind of felt like people were shying away from it and was more so on YouTube on demand platform. So it's like if we give them video interviews, it's always there for them to come back to. So I was like, I wanted to get away from internet radio and do video. So I ended up doing my own show where I would interview artists that I either had a relationship with personally or that I wanted to connect with because I rock with their movement or their music. And a lot of artists, I had artists reaching out to me when I threw the idea that never came through. So that kind of was kind of in the back of my head as a doubt. Like I was like, man, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. Then I would schedule artists for interviews, and artists wouldn't show up, or they'd hit me in like the last minute and be like, yeah, I can't pull up. So
Mm,
it's like I tried to give people a new episode every Sunday or every other Sunday or something like that. But I couldn't meet my schedule if I didn't have artists coming through as planned. So it
mm,
was like that was going on, and of course I'm paying for this. Like I'm paying for my Slack with the station,
mm.
so I
Yeah.
can release this content and use the studio. And I'm like, I'm spending this money, and I don't have people coming through. So I was like, you know what? As an artist, I have so many expectations for other artists because I know how
Mm,
I am. But I
yeah.
realize a lot of artists aren't on the same page with it.
Mm,
So I was like, you know what? I don't even want to do this shit no more. So
yeah.
they like other artists kind of took the love out of it. Other people I had to deal with kind of took the love out of me wanting to interview artists because of it.
Yeah.
So, and
But I
I didn't
think
really explain that to nobody, but that's the reason why I ended my show.
I feel you. I like the concept. You know what I'm saying? Because as an artist, you know what to ask. You know, as an interviewer, I mean, we kind of we think we know, but we don't be in the booth like that. You know what I'm saying? At 2 in the morning and writing
Yeah,
music and you know what I'm saying. We don't really know the experience of an artist. So I like the concept. I don't know if you could do it in a I don't want to say a cheaper way, but a more economic way. You know, maybe find that out. But I really appreciate that, and you know, I think we have room for that. You know, and people will enjoy it. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So
We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see.
yeah. So I wanted to ask you one more thing. How can somebody get a feature from you? Because you know what I'm saying I know people from up north, you know, Cleveland and you know New York, and they always ask me, man, I want to get down to some Houston artists. I want to get on their songs, da da da. How can people? I mean, I know you charge, but I mean, is it possible to get a feature from you?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I missed the beginning of the question because it was breaking up, but I think I understood where you was
Okay.
coming from. I'm willing to work with artists. I haven't charged nobody for a verse to this day. I have a love for
Mm-hmm.
this shit, and I tell but my thing is, I don't want people reaching out to me that's not familiar with my music or like they
Mm-hmm.
haven't tried to communicate with me. So I don't want nobody to just come up like, "Hey, I want to get a verse from you." Or if they want to show me some change, cool. But I like working with artists that I kind of build a relationship with.
I see.
So I mean, I have a love for the shit. So I say I never ask anybody for a penny. Like nigga, like shoot me the beat. Cool, we good. But I
Mm-hmm.
just have a love for the shit to where I can't even tell you I haven't really received much money from this shit since I've been doing it. That's how much I love this shit. Now I do plan to start getting paid off this project because I'm really
Yeah.
trying to put money into it. But other than that, I love this shit. So I don't really be charging for it. I don't be asking
Yeah.
nobody for a dime. Shoot me the beat, but I kind of expect if I rock with that artist that when I shoot you something, I kind of need that favor back. I kind of need you to jump on the track as
Oh
well.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I've never charged anybody for this shit. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
know a couple people, you know, shout out to Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? Shout
Yeah,
out to New York, you know, shout out to Florida, you know. People ask, they try to, you know, get with Houston artists and they think because Houston is a big market that everybody out here bougie. But, you know, nah, y'all, we work with everybody down here, man. So,
I'm willing to work with anybody. Like I said, if artists reach out and be like, "Man, I fuck with your music, yada yada yada," then let's talk. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I would just feel I haven't had that happen, but I would feel weird if a dude just hit me up and was like, "Hey, I need a verse from you," and we ain't had no kind of communication and shit. But if we can build up, and I like what you doing, and you like what I doing, let's work. Let's work.
I
Let's
feel you,
introduce the people
man.
that's familiar with my music, that's rocking with me. Let me introduce them to your music, and vice versa. So I'm willing to work. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Yeah, so I mean, I guess we can end it off like that. You have
Yeah.
anything or anybody, you know what I'm saying, you want to shout out, you know, before we burn out?
My fam, man. Of course, everybody knocked out in the house. Anybody that support me, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to
Hmm.
Brick Les. Just anybody that's ever rocked with me, man. Like I'm appreciative of anything that come my way. So I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you reaching out to me and y'all setting this up for tonight and making this happen. So just everybody that rock with me, man.
Yeah. And I
You
wanna
know what I'm saying?
set it up with you so we can do a longer the docu views that we do so we can dig deeper into your you know what I'm saying your past and how you got into it. So I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna get with you about that.
that's a
Uh,
bet.
But yeah, man, we thank you for putting out good music, you know what I'm saying? And you support us, you know, you
Yeah,
putting your music on our platform, that's supporting us you know, in a certain way.
yeah,
And I just want everybody who watching and everybody who gonna watch, make sure you go to Spotify or any other platform, stream, Showin My, uh, throw song, you know, and give you a Houston vibe and it give you a Luda vibe, it give you all kind of vibes, but it's good music. You can stream it on Crowded, the clean version, which is
yeah,
exclusive to Crowded, and the normal version. So
yeah.
we just want to thank you, Dogsta. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna keep in touch. We definitely gonna keep pushing you, bro.
Bet, appreciate it. It's good to meet you too, man.
All right, it's Keith, man. I'll holler at you.
Bet.
All right, peace.
All right.